A little Billy Joel for a Saturday. Get angry, live longer. That's the gist of a new study from Germany. It found that people who vent their anger live 2 years longer on average than those who hold it in. So, should we all learn to let it go?
I went out to MGM today and pretended that I was your agent.
You what?
Don't just stand there. Throw something. Throw something.
Give me some more.
Some more.
Give me some more.
Here.
Oh, no.
Here.
Here's a little news flash. It's not funny. In fact, it's pretty freaking unfunny. Ow!
Won't you be happy again when you're smiling? Keep on smiling.
I said over easy!
Okay, let's talk about this with an expert. Dr. Janet Taylor is a psychiatrist who specializes in stress management. Good morning, Janet. Thanks for being here. First of all, did this study surprise you?
Well, it really didn't surprise me in the sense of what we know is that it is really how to express appropriate anger. And people who keep it in, hostility, people who get depressed, certainly have a higher risk for having cardiovascular disease, like heart attacks and even sudden death. So I think anger is a misunderstood emotional state, and there are ways to appropriately express it, not necessarily throwing things or
pushing your fist to the wall.
Exactly, but saying, you know what, like, I'm mad and I'm not going to take it.
Because that can have its own consequences if you do it the wrong way. But if you do it the right way, there's an actual physical response that can work.
Well, anger itself is a response, and what your body is telling you is that something, either you feel threatened or something's not right. And if you use it in a way that lets you inform yourself about what you need to do, maybe it is yell, maybe it's walk away, then you can have a desired outcome. Because the whole thing with anger, when you get angry, is to get what you want. Right. And what happens is people fly off the handle, they lose control, and so what you really want to focus on gets totally lost.
Right. What physically happens to our bodies when we experience anger?
Well, when you experience anger, your face may feel flushed, your muscles get tense. People report that they feel this tightness in their stomach. But more importantly is that anger can increase your heart rate. And that's where the real danger can come in, because it really truly can trigger events with your heart.
It seems like there are some people who are just naturally better at expressing their emotions than others.
There are, and some of it's personality driven. Some people just have that ability to let things just roll off them, a little Teflon. But others are angry and they keep it inside and they seethe and they rage. And from a young age, we teach our kids not necessarily how to express themselves in a way that is appropriate and to be quiet, and that's not necessarily the best thing. Self-silencing is not necessarily best for people.
So if you are a person who keeps stuff in, how do you learn to let it out appropriately?
Well, you need to know yourself, and when you feel an emotion, when you feel a certain way, then you need to find a way to express it, to say it, so that you can let it go and you just don't hold on to it.
You have some advice: stay in the moment, don't lose control, don't be afraid to walk away, and finally, explore your emotions. How does one explore their emotions?
Well, understand that anger is an emotional state, but usually underneath anger may be some feelings of fear or sadness or depression. Think about it when someone may be breaking up with a boyfriend or girlfriend and they feel like, I'm never going to let you leave me, but what they're saying is, I'm afraid to let you go. So understand that anger is a response, but underneath, deal with whatever you may be feeling, whether it's sadness or fear or even excitement.
There's good anger and bad anger, basically, isn't there?
Well, yes. I mean, anger is not necessarily so negative. There's a constructive anger that says, let's resolve something. Let's come up with, whether it's a petition or, forming a group to protest, versus destructive anger, understanding that there is never an excuse to physically put your hands on someone else, to throw things. Words can hurt just as much. So define what works for you in terms of constructive versus destructive, but don't be afraid of anger.
Dr. Janet Taylor, thanks so much.